Royalty once lived in Shichahai, located just to the north of the Forbidden City. In ancient times, princes and princesses would move there after they had outgrown living with their parents. After the imperial dynasties, different kinds of celebrities and intellectuals moved in and out, and Shichahai continued to attract extraordinary people to its community. After the Cultural Revolution, the Communist Party took power and common citizens moved in. Large mansions were transformed into schools or military office buildings, while the small houses were crowded, several families often sharing just one. Walking through the hutongs makes me feel closer to Beijing life. It's like traveling back in time to see how Beijing used to be. Very different indeed from the modern image Beijing often presents. As winter sets in and it's getting dark earlier, the tourists flock to more urban areas of Beijing. Very few tourists are still wandering around the hutongs, but some delightful restaurants and bars are waiting for their next guests. In the Shadow Art Performance Hotel, the most important thing is turning up. 3 days a week, the hotel offers evening shows. Shadow art performance includes shadow puppetry, in which the puppeteers skillfully control the figures made of intricately cut leather and sing a story. Long ago, not only did the troops offer regular shows, but they were also summoned to play at lavish parties of the rich. For the children, shadow puppetry was an especially creative way to play house. In old times, windows were covered with paper instead of glass, and they made perfect screens for children to tell their stories based around their favorite figures. In recent years, this unique art has been replaced by modern entertainment systems and plastic toys. Shadow puppetry is only brought back to life when it's shown in famous films or TV shows. For example, in the year 2000 there was a TV series called The Palace of Desire, set in the Tang Dynasty's imperial court, wherein the emperor, prince, and princess play with shadow puppets as a pastime. It was the perfect platform for the characters with romantic interest to express their affection implicitly by using flirtatious scripts. In 1994 To Live, the leading role Xu Fugui is a shadow art enthusiast from the countryside who picks up his puppets at every given opportunity. Even after being forced into battle, he would perform for his ecstatic comrades, using a piece of ragged cloth as a screen. For a time, these films reminded the Chinese audience of the charm of shadow puppets. But when the films become outdated, the shadow puppets are left in the corner again. It seems that in the modern theatrical world, the shadow puppet is struggling to find an audience as committed as Xu Fugui's. But this hotel has won quite a number of returning customers because of its distinguished combination with shadow art.
When I came to this place and I was very impressed, and I told the boss already, which she is also very particularly, very passionate about the ancient Chinese art, especially shadow art. And for me, actually, I don't know about shadow art, but I know one thing actually, that this is a fantastic medium, and this is a trend actually which I think many boutique hotels will take. The experience that the hotel provides becomes the most important part.
This hotel plays an important role in nurturing shadow art by attracting enthusiasts from all over the world, bringing this scattered niche audience together. For one puppeteer who has persistently promoted this art, even through its decline in popularity, this hotel has been crucial to his livelihood. He decided to work there in a heartbeat.
19岁开始正式学习这个皮影戏的表演和制作，98年到现在我16年吧，大概。我到这里来一看，觉得这个环境啊，会让中国这个皮影戏，让全世界的人都可以看到这个中国的这个文化，然后我就决定说在这工作。
Tonight's show is about the battle between a red-crowned crane, a turtle, and a frog. Mau Mau had a very different life when he worked in the troupe. Now his partners are the managers of this hotel, who all became his apprentices after they met. Although Mau Mau has received his fair share of applause and appreciation on this stage, sometimes he still faces an empty hall, just like today. But that has little influence on him. He and his team perform as scheduled, as if the hall was filled with dozens of eager spectators. On this modest stage, surprise and disappointment take turns to end each day. This hotel has accepted a special mission to revive shadow puppetry, and for them, it's worth the occasional empty hall to be given the opportunity to perform to those tourists who are really passionate about the art.